So today I'm going to tie my solid bag rig. So what you want is natural braid. I've run out of supernatural, so I've got some soft coated. You'll see that I've just stripped it off. This is plenty supple enough for what I want, but you definitely want an uncoated natural braid for a solid bag rig. So I'm going to double that over. And I tie my hook on with a Palomar. Might be a bit fiddly. And all you're going to do is you're going to push the hook through doubled over. And then, oh my god, this is painful already. We're going to do a granny knot with the doubled over section. And then you're just going to pass the hook through the looped over bit at the end. No. Okay. And grab your tag ends. Just give them a little tug. Got to moisten it up a little bit. Give that a nice tug there. A nice tug there. I'm just going to use my teeth. There we go. Got the hook puller there, might as well use it. Nice. Palomar is very good for anti-slip, so I'm confident that is on there, and that is what you want, confidence. Not too worried about the tag end here, it's going to be covered later by a kicker. And then I'm just going to cut myself, that is about 6-7 inches, maybe 8. Give yourself plenty to work with. So that is on there, lovely. Next, I'm going to get a kicker, and I do find these little tails here, they are a little bit long, so I just cut just a little bit off them. That's just me, that's just my preference. It just gives the hook ring swivel on the back of the shank a touch more movement. You can see, even though I've cut it off, that's plenty. That's gone on the eye there. That would be up here somewhere if I hadn't have trimmed it down, and that is plenty for me. Next I'm going to take hook ring swivel. This is all very fiddly. Not going too badly so far. And just want to pop that on. Now this is the bit. You want to take a hook bead, these are ESP ones. Any old one will do, any old one you can get your hand on. I'm just going to, get the point in there, just give that a push down. And just pull it. Oh my god, I can't believe it. That's gone well. I'm just going to push this round. And I like, and I'll demonstrate this at the end, I like my hook bead to be a little bit further down the shank than usual, and I'll demonstrate why that is at the end. That is pretty much it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to tie that off about 4 inches. I know it's about 4 inches across my palm here. So I'm going to pinch there, double that over, and then I do like to use a big figure 8 loop, and the reason for that is it gives me a little knot to put a bit of the putty on. So that's your figure 8. You have to turn it over, you must twist it, otherwise it could slip. I'm going to always put that really low down on the needle. If you are going to do this, you can just rip the heads off of these. I'm just going to give that a nice Nice tug. Trim the tag end. Again, not too worried about getting it super close. It's going to be inside a little bit of tungsten. And I'm just going to take, again, got a bit of ESP here. There are some really good putties on the market now. Don't really think it matters too much what you get. Nash's Klingon's pretty good. One more casts. Putty's pretty decent. Just never take it to your mate's swim, because you'll never get it back. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place a little blob of that on the knot. Just a little blob. And I'll just keep it pinned. And then I've got a couple of hook bait choices here. These are actually probably a little bit big for a solid bag. This is a 15mm bottom bait, and I've boosted these in GLM liver powder and the Pro Stim liver bait booster glug. They've come out really well. They're so sticky. They're really on there. I had been using them in the summer, and that had been doing me a few fish, a couple of 30s, as you know. And then I've bought these recently, and these are the little dumbbell wafters. A little bit more buoyant, a little bit smaller, probably a lot more suited to a solid bag. And again, these are boosted too. GLM liver powder. I think there's a bit of hell oil in there from Baitworks, and also again the Pro Stim bait boosting liquid. Just want to be a bit, I want it to be the most, I want it to be pumping out attraction this time of year, but like natural attraction, you know, not like anything synthetic. So I've used green lip mussel. What am I doing? About to put it on a figure 8 loop. I've used GLM and liver because they're sort of natural attractors, rich in aminos, and hopefully that might just get them to hone in on that hook bait a little bit quicker. Bait floss. You all know this bit really. And I'll just double that over. Get the dumbbell. Pop that through. I'll just pull the hook ring swivel just inside it. And then I blob quite a lot down these days. I was getting quite neat with it. I had a couple of hook baits come off, so now I just give it a good blob, make sure it's definitely on there. There's nothing worse than winding in to find you haven't got a hook bait on the end. And that is basically the only thing I'll do is I'll just cut a little bit of an anti-tangle sleeve down, just a bit of silicone just to go over the quick change swivel on the helicopter setup. And that's it. And the reason why I put the hook bead back is because when you pick it up, you can see this. I'll try and demonstrate in my hand then. When you pick the hook bait up, the point drops because there's more hook past the point. I find, not so much maybe on this style of hook, but definitely on a curved shank, or maybe even a crank where the bend's more exaggerated. Sometimes the hook point doesn't drop; it sort of weights the bend. It makes the point light. I find that if you just pop this back down the shank, you've got more of the hook through this side, and that's going to make it heavy. When it's picked up, the point always drops. It's horrendous way to demonstrate, but that is prone for the bottom lip. There you go.